On January 2nd, 2023, I started a Board Game Sports Network YouTube channel. Yes, board game should be 2 words, but I like calling it the BS Network. On the same day, I uploaded the first video. Crokinole is a game played on a wooden surface where you flick 8 discs into a play area. There are 4 areas where you can score points. The closer to the middle, the more you score. If you enter the 20 center hole, the disc is removed from play, and you keep the 20 points. 20 in the middle, and 15, 10, and 5 as you move out of the circle. Your first shot must be touching the line or in the inner circle. If an opponent's disc is on the board, you must hit it, or the shot does not count. We play 4 sets with alternating starting player. A set win will give you 2 points. A tie will give you 1. After 4 sets, the player with the most set points win, or there will be a tie. I picked the game Crokinole as it would be easy for me to play by myself and had various play styles I could try. The original idea was born from a board game called Formula D about Formula 1 cars, but it ended up being more time consuming. A Crokinole video would take about 8 hours for me to make from start to finish. A Formula D game would take about 40 hours. The goal is to expand the universe to more games. I have a few that would work and a few I would like to test. The other plan would be to find real humans to take over the roles. As you will see, 8 players. All the players are played by me in a wig, or in one case, a puppet. With the start of the channel, I started to improve with each step of the process. Each week, I went in with a different plan to try and find ways to improve everything from the workflow to the content. And the deadline of Wednesday every week, I could not overthink or overdo it. I had to pick minor things to fix and do better. As you will see, the graphics changed a few times over the weeks, making workflow faster. One week, the lights changed. Another week, I built a PVC pipe cage. The cage was designed after my brother's golf simulator to make the lighting and fabric changes quicker. So many other things changed. Putting a microphone on the board, the way I do voiceover, tracking, notes, stats, the list goes on. As of today, there are 80 subscribers, the goal of 100 by the end of the year. The first comment was from a user who just said horrible. It was the only mean comment I've gotten. April 26th, Billy G was the first one to comment on who he thought would win before watching the game. On May 3rd, I started reading off comments in the video of people's guesses from previous week. Reading off comments created a trend that would continue the rest of the way. Since then, most videos would get 5 or so comments, and with my added replies, May 3rd would be the last time a video had under 10 comments. I've had 6 dislikes since starting, and 321 likes, on average 7 likes per video. Views are difficult to predict, and I'm still trying to understand why one video will do great and the next one will drop so low. The highest view count right now is 1,700, while the lowest is at 30 views. There are 8 players, each with a different play style or disadvantage. Tommy is left-handed and Billy's hand is gloved. Stan focuses on 20s. The wizard was trying to do trick shots and funny angles. Maddox played more safely. Cyrus was quicker and more wild. Dustin and Ian fell in the middle somewhere. I was ready to kill off Billy and move on without him, but he seemed to turn into a fan favorite. I have stats for everything. There are a total of 2,560 shots recorded. Each player took 320 shots over the season. Open 20s, when there is no opponent disc on the board and you have a free open shot at the 20, was attempted 789 times, with 334 made. That's averaging .423 league-wide. Stan was the leader with 71%, open 20% at the end of the season. Billy was the lowest with just under 13%. Stolen points. Sets a player has won when the other player had the last shot of the set, or as we call it, the hammer. The most was 450 stolen points. The least was 45 stolen points by Tommy, the lowest over the season by far. Rebound 20s, making it into the 20 after hitting an opponent's disc. 93 recorded over the season. Scoring, 15, 10, and 5 are also kept track. 846 of the 2,560 shots stayed on the board long enough to be counted as a point. Stan had the most 20s, Cyrus had the most 15s. Dustin and Cyrus tied for the most 10s at 21, and Maddox scored the most 5-pointers. Peels, having your shooter disc and the opponent's disc fall off the board. 257 recorded this season. Billy had the most by far with 56 over 10 games. Billy was all power and had no control, which led to this remarkable ability to peel disc off the board. Takeouts, having your shooter disc stay on the board while your opponent's disc fell off the board. By far the most common thing to happen with 722 takeouts this season. Double takeouts happens when you remove 2 of your opponent's discs with a single shot. 27 double takeouts happen this season, with the Wizard leading with 7. Triple takeouts, removing 3 of your opponent's disc with a single shot. It only happened once by an epic shot by Billy. Might be all luck. Collectively, there was 12,282 points scored this season. Stan led the league with 2,100 points scored. Stan was the only one to break over 2,000 points. Missed shots. Shots that missed any target of an opponent disc on the board. 239 missed shots this season. Billy led the league with 44 missed shots. We tracked percentages of missed shots. Billy had 14% at .138. The league average was just about 9% at .089. Each player played 4 sets, and a set win is 2 points and 1 point for a tie. 8-0 only happened 5 times during the season. Stats help tell a story and understand the game. And one thing we would like to continue to grow and figure out other ways we can get stats. With Stan having 2,100 points this season and 320 shots, we can find out that Stan had an average of 6.56 points per shot. Maddox, with 5,005 points, averaged 4.7 shots per shot. Tracking all scoring discs, we can find Cyrus had a fantastic ability to keep disc on the board, having 119 disc score points. The Wizard, who made it to the championship, only had 118 scored. Why do I tell you all this? First, I wanted to recap it for myself, and I wanted to ask for your help. You don't have to watch all 45 videos, but check one out. What do you feel is missing? Do I need to build up the storylines like wrestling and have over-the-top characters? Should I treat it more like baseball and fill the video with stats? Do I drop the intros and get into the gameplay? Do I talk over the introduction of set 1? Do you mind that there's real people instead of 10 different versions of me? Please let me know what you feel is missing, what you feel would be great to have next season. And honestly, just wanted to say thank you for watching.